I'm going to have to record this in separate intervals because my phone is messing up with me. But here we go. Well, a crowd of boys were mopping it up on a Sandy Row saloon as they sang to an old piano that was badly out of tune. The night was July the 11th and they made the rafters roar with the most harmonious rendering of the sash my father wore. Outside, the blazing bonfires made the night as bright as day, and all the crowd were dancing in a wobbly sort of way. They were singing and shouting, and all the din they made, sure they nearly drowned out the clanging of the Belfast Fire Brigade. There was educated men amongst them, cultured men, you know, men like Billy Brothwell from the village of Drumbo, a painter by profession, but an artist till his friends, for he painted many a masterpiece on some Protestant gable ends. Then there's poor wee Tommy Fleming, a prod from Donegal, especially invited and beloved by one and all. A ballet singer was Tommy, singing Still I Hope, well known throughout Ulster for her songs about the Pope. And there were shipyard men and dockers, all with glasses in their hands. And there's transport men and fitters, aye, the toughest on their land. And standing in amongst them, drinking up her fill, was a well-known local lady by the name of Orange Lil. But sitting in the corner, a stranger sat alone, for nobody paid no heed to him as the gaiety it wore on. A tired and weary traveller, he tramped many a mile. He'd just come in to sit there and rest himself a while. But Orange Lil soon noticed him, as her sort often does, and went like and sat beside him and asked him who he was. "I'm just a weary traveller, a civil one you'll find. I've just come in to hear the music, I hope you boys don't mind." Well, Orange Lil, for all her faults, a heart as pure as gold, turned to all the fellas and says, "Look, someday we'll all be old. Let's get this man a drink or two and make him feel at home." And so they did, and soon the beer and whiskey began to come. And someone says to the stranger, "Come on and give us a song." The old man replied, "I'm sorry, but my singing days are gone. But I used to play the piano, and so if it's alright, I'd like to play some music in honour of this night." Well, his coat was all in rags, you should have seen his hat, and his tethered sleeves flapping against the keyboard where he sat. Everybody pitied him, he was a sorry sight, but I can't help remembering his eyes were kind of bright. Now the pub was far from quiet, I needn't tell, with the clattering of glasses and the gabbling as well. But as he began to play and the notes rose in the air, a mighty hush descended on the whole assembly there. The shipyard men and dockers, they never made a sound. The transport men and fitters, they were rooted to the ground. And as the sweet notes twinkled on, there came a deathly still. I even saw a tear roll down the cheek of Orange Lil. Now as long as I'm on this earth, I'll not forget that night. I'll remember it like yesterday, a sad and moving sight. The saddest part I've yet to tell, I know a tear you'll shed, because before that night was over, that poor old man was dead. Now he lies in his earthly grave, away from worldly strife, but up upon his head stands a tombstone with the story of his life. And on it reads, "Here lies the bravest man, he'll be remembered long, for one night on Sandy Row." Sure didn't he play the soldier song?